What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay. Thursday. We got just a little 3 games, man. It's not really 3 huge games on the slate tonight, but we're still gonna come on here. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna try to find some money as well, man. Shout out to my guy YBB out here. If you guys don't know, he's a SDQL guru out here, man. We about to try and get some money today. YBB, how you doing, my brother? Everything cool with you?
Doing good, man. We got a really small slate today. I have one play that I'm going to give out. These are small slates, so just be careful with your bets because this is what I like to call small slate fuckery. Shit will just happen that you don't expect. So
Man, that's how the NBA been. The whole it don't matter if it's a big slate or a small slate. There's definitely some fuckery going down. But we figuring it out. There's definitely some patterns that are starting to form. We're noticing it, and we're gonna make some money off of it all season. It's still early in the season, man. So hopefully people aren't blowing their bankrolls already. I know me personally. I like to start out small, and then as the season goes on, we figure out more. That's when the big bets really start to come in, man. But we're not here to waste people's time. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Make sure you drop your plays in the chat, man. It's all positive vibes as well, man. Drop your plays in the chat. Let us know what you're looking at. And like I say, we're trying to cash 3 games today, 3 kind of mediocre games, but there still could be some money out there. YBB, let's go to the first game. Let's go over here to Milwaukee. It's probably snowing like I feel like I'm in Milwaukee right now, man. It's been snowing nonstop for the past 2-3 days, man. So Bucks land 8 at the house versus the Jazz. Look like Clarkson and marketing saw that it's the Bucks on there. You know what? I'm not injured anymore. Let's get we ready to play now. I'm not in what injury? What are you talking about? We see the Bucks over here. We see them struggling. We want to make them look bad. Do you think that the Bucks have really been looking bad, not playing much defense? YBB. Do you think that they should be laying 8 points in this particular spot versus the Jazz here?
I think it's up to 9.5 now.
Nah, it's back down to 8. So whenever marketing and Clarkson got, because it even reached 10, and then you see marketing. Obviously, he's the best player for the Jazz over there. It kind of changes to everything because when he's out, they're super ass. They're kind of ass with marketing in. Without him, they're super ass. But he is going to play, and Clarkson, they're 6-man basically. He's going to play in this game as well. So it is down to 8.5 now. It's even an 8 at Circa as well. What do you think about this game?
This is my only official play for the day. I like the Bucks team total over 119.5. I think that the Jazz, I know that the Jazz, their defensive efficiency is last in the league. Their defense is not present at all. And the Bucks right now, they need to play what I like to call crackhead basketball. They got to get out of that. Before they hired Doc Rivers, they had Adrian Griffin. They're running up and down the court, shooting, and that's what they need to get back to. They need to run on these guys because they have the roster to do it. They have the 3-point shooting to do it, but they just look a little too hesitant, a little too careful. So my official look for that game is going to be the over 119.5. But as far as a side, this is what's crazy to me. The Bucks, as 5-point plus favorites, they have lost all those games outright. They're 0-7 as 5+ point favorites. So these guys are not. I mean, they're actually the second worst ATS team since last season behind the Atlanta Hawks. So this is not a team I want to put my money behind. But as far as offense, yeah, you can give me some offense for sure. The Bucks at home versus Western Conference opponents, they are 31-11 to the over. When the total is at least 228. So since 2019, that's been cashing 73.8% of the time. And then lastly, the Jazz versus Western Conference opponents. I had this up. Dang, it went away. I'm sorry, versus Eastern Conference opponents. The Jazz, they've been averaging 245.5 points per game. So
that's crazy.
And they're allowing a lot too. It's just, I don't know what it is with the Eastern Conference. And you saw it in their win against the Bulls. They scored 135, but guess what? They allowed 126. Defense is not there. So Bucks team total over 119.5 for this game. As far as a side, I have to pass, but man, I kind of want to lean the Jazz, honestly, but that's just me gun to head saying that.
Yeah.
The Bucks, they're not going to go 1-81 ATS all season. There has to be some spots where they just come out and perform, So we'll see.
It could be here. It could be here versus the Jazz. It's just kind of funny because marketing was kind of doubtful, and then he got upgraded to probable. And I thought Clarkson was supposed to be out like another week, and he's ended up showing back here as well. So the over in this game in general just have some merit because the Bucks haven't necessarily been locking down anybody either. And if I do think if they get over their team total, which I think they do, I like your play over 119.5. I think that the Jazz can come up here. Like this could be like a 125, 105 type of game here, 125, 110 or something. So because like the Jazz, they like to run up and down the floor. They're obviously going to shoot a lot of threes. And like you said, the Bucks need to get back to running and gunning as well. Is Giannis playing in this game? Is he like questionable? Well, he should play here. I mean, you're at the house. I don't know. I'm starting to get worried about Giannis, man. You can't. It's not the time to be picking and choosing when you want to play right now. If you're more than 70%, you got to get it out there and put your like these guys get paid millions of dollars, man. Like I play with people playing basketball all the time. Myself, I could have like 4 or 5 kind of little nagging injuries. Like when you're playing basketball, you don't feel any of that shit, man. Like your adrenaline is pumping, you stretch out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Ice up or icy hot, whatever. After the game, you're gonna have a little banged up stuff. But as long as it's not something that's really bothering you or something like that, I feel like Giannis has to put it all out there for his team. He say whether he wants to leave or not. Right now, you're still in the Bucks uniform. You got to play these games, bro. Especially the way that y'all struggling right now. He kind of losing some respect for me, to be honest with you, trying to pick and choose when he wants to sit out. I'm guessing that he's going to play in this game. This is a home game as well. You guys, this is absolute must-win spot for the Bucks here, in my opinion, man. So whether he wants to leave or not, you still have to have respect for the NBA, have respect for the fans, and respect for yourself as well. Want to be a real winner and gamer like I think that Giannis is, man. So I don't think that he's totally confirmed in, but he should be playing in this particular game. The Bucks, this game should go over. Bucks should get over their team total as well here at YBB. One thing I want to say, it's kind of surprising that the Jazz are that bad defensively because they have 2 guys down there that are like tall as hell, Markkanen and Kessler. Kessler is actually not a bad rim protector or defender. It's just like on the outside. These guys are not guarding guys from the three-point line. Dame could go absolutely crazy. Gary Trent Jr. needs to wake up as well and be that 3-and-D type of guy that they brought him over there for. Wasn't a big fan of the Taurean Prince signing. Like, I don't think he's a starting caliber player in the NBA. That's just me personally, but we'll see what happens in this game. But I'm not laying 8 points with the Bucks. It still a must-win spot for me, in my opinion. But that team total should be the way to go, YBB. And this game should go over the total as well. That's just what Jazz do. They shoot a lot of threes, don't really play a ton of defense, but they can score on you as well. So if Bucks defense isn't locked in here, Jazz might end up surprising their ass. But I think we should even look towards the possible full game over as well. That way you're not just relying on the Bucks to score points. I think this line should be like 235 in my opinion. YB, did you have any SDQL spots on the full game over combined total?
Well, just the one that I mentioned, just Bucks at home versus Western Conference opponents with totals at least 228, 31 and 11 to the over. So 73.8% of the time they're already clearing that total. But I like the team total spot just because, I mean, if you go through their scoring history, 124, 118, 141, 143, 120, like it's just there for me. So I prefer the team total just because I could see blowout potential where, the Jazz, I could see blowout potential, but I can also see the Jazz keeping it close. It just depends on the Bucks, man. They're a tough team for me to read right now. They can only have so many get right spots this season. And this is one of them. I mean, so we'll see what happens, but yeah, give me the team total over just for the Bucks. That's it.
I like it. I like that. I'm riding with you on that. Over 119.5 and knowing. Let's go over here to Chicago in this one, man. Another team that's moved. This line was at 6.5 for the Wolves. It's up to, there's 9s. There's still a few 8.5s out there. You got some 9s, and then it's even moving to 9.5 at Caesar. So if you wanted the Wolves, probably the best time was to get on this yesterday. That minus 6.5. They are laying a lot of points here. It's the front end of a back-to-back. They do have the Blazers tomorrow. Not necessarily going to be looking ahead to them. They have lost their last 3 matchups and 5 of the last 6 versus the Chicago Bulls. I expect the Wolves to win this game. It's starting to get up there now when it comes to land points. YBB, another team, the Bulls, where their defense is really lacking over there as well. And they actually have defenders. The Sumnu's not a bad defender. Kobe White, Patrick, what's his name? Is it Patrick Williams? Pretty sure. He's a really great defender as well. Vucevic, he's not a great defender there. What do you think about this one? I know my guy Joe Delera likes Rudy Gobert over his rebounds. Like he literally laddered that shit all the way to 19.5, bro. And like some crazy numbers. I went on ahead and put a little something on it with him. Rudy Gobert over 11.5 rebounds. I said if he gonna ladder it, I might as well take one of his regular rebound props. But what do you think about this game? Do you think the Wolves come and snack them up, or can the Bulls possibly keep this game close?
Yeah, so honestly, like, this is a really bad spot for the Bulls. I don't think that they've been at the same site. They've just been traveling so much, home, road, back to back, zero rest. So the spot in itself really sets up nicely for the Timberwolves. But laying this many points, I mean, if you got on them at 6.5, good on you. But I think at this stage, I mean,
you missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. And now I think you're just kind of forcing it if you like anything above that. Here's what's interesting. I'm gonna throw out a crazy stat. The Chicago Bulls are 13-0 straight up, coming off a game where they failed to cover the spread by 8 points and they didn't go over their team total. And those 13 games, hold on, I'm about to type it in. 10-0 straight up as underdogs. So they've won outright in this spot. They were 10.5 point underdogs, 8.5 point underdogs, 6.5. This is a tough team, man. Like, I don't like the trends that support the Bulls in the spot, just because the situation itself doesn't set up nicely. Now, for your T-Wolves spot, this is what popped up on my dashboard. Non-divisional road favorites in a triple revenge game since 2020, 62-28 ATS. So 68.9% of the time, these teams they're coming to play. It's just, I don't know. The Wolves are just, it's tough for me to read them. I still don't like Julius Randle in the T-Wolves uniform. I might be a hater, honestly. Actually, you know what? I'm a hater. I don't really like
playing too. He been starting to play kind of good with him, though, bro. I don't like Julius Randle as a person, but like he has been playing a little bit better with the Wolves. Every single game, he's been trying to get a little bit better and better. I have to give him that.
No, you're right. I'm a hater. I am. I just say that. But this is a tough game, man. I think right now for me, I got to go with the over. I have my notepad right over here, and I'm thinking that the over is probably the better look in the spot. No rest. The Wolves, they're shooting a lot more threes than they were last season. I don't know. I guess I'll go with the over. But as far as a side, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of leaning the Bulls, man. I know that situationally it's not set up for the Bulls to cover this game. It just looks ugly. A lot of travel, no rest. But I don't know, man. It's just the line is so disgusting for the Wolves. I don't know.
No, that's a fact. There's definitely some value now on the Bulls here. Like when you get lines moving a full possession, that's when it starts to be value. Now, like I said, value doesn't matter if they lose this game by double digits. But when you're thinking about it, like say if you took the Wolves, say if the Wolves end up winning this game by 7 or 8 points, and then there were 6.5s out there at first. That's when it's like, damn, that's when you'll be kicking yourself. Like, if I had hopped on this early, it would have cashed. Then on the late line, you're taking the ass into the line, then you don't end up cashing. That's when you're like, all right, the value it may have been extracted now. You know what I mean? So this could be a really good Wolves team total spot, in my opinion. Like I say, I think if you wanted them, that 6.5 looked a little short. Now you're getting up to land almost a full 3 possessions with the Wolves on the road as well. And obviously this team is only 2-6. They're 2-5 against the spread so far this season. So, but last time they were on the road, it was a really bad spot for them. It was like a schedule loss. They got it in San Antonio like 4:00 in the morning. So the matchup does set well for him. I like what Joe Delera was doing there with Gobert's rebounds. Laddering up to 20. Obviously, he does own the matchup versus Vucevic. Like, nobody's about to fuck with Rudy. As long as he doesn't get injured, nobody's fucking with Rudy on those rebounds over there. You could even possibly take his over 2.5 rebounds or 3.5 rebounds in the first quarter as well. Because if he doesn't hit that, he won't be on pace to hit for the full game. But I'm gonna put a little something on Rudy's over 11.5 rebounds with my guy Joe Delera. I didn't ladder it. I didn't, I didn't go for those plus numbers, but I'll just take 12 rebounds from Rudy Gobert in this one. I feel like this is a favorable matchup for him. And I'd also, at this number, I'd probably stay off the Wolves, but I would look towards their team total over. This could be another one, YBB, where we're looking towards the favorite over their team total, and then possibly the full game. They could possibly put up 120 here, then where the Bulls only need to put up 107. So this is another one where this could be an over type of slate in this one. At least for this game, The next game might go under, but this one, I think Rudy Gobert over his 11.5 points. That's my bet for this game. Just a little sprinkle. It's a prop, so I can't even bet that much on that. But Rudy Gobert over his 11.5 rebounds, and then I heavily lean towards Wolves over their team total and the full game over as well in this one, YBB. Last game, man. Let's go over here to San Antonio. Spurs laying 4 at the house versus the Blazers. Another team. Spurs have been kind of going all over the place. They were in LA, then they came back versus Houston, got smoked last night. So it is a back-to-back third game in 4 nights, 4th and 6. But the Spurs, nobody played over 28 minutes last night. Champagny played the most minutes, and he's so damn young, it doesn't even matter. You see what I'm saying? But they got smoked from start to finish in that game. Kind of gave up early in that one. They get back home, probably get a little bit of health update on their coach, Popovich over there. I wanted to take Spurs first half here, YBB. The Blazers have been really good. This is the second best team in the league in the first half this season. Third best team. They're 6-1. They're tied for second. 6-1 against the spread. 3-0 against the spread on the road in the first half as well, YBB. So when I'm seeing that, it's kind of conflicting. I do still feel like that the Spurs, if they want to have like a breakout game or a bounce back game, they have to do it. I keep saying this. Spurs, first quarter, first half, when they're playing a great game, that's what they do. It's hard to trust them full game, but when it's their spot, it's first quarter, first half. YBB, what do you think about this game? Could possibly be the only under spot today.
This is I don't know, man. This game's so disgusting. So trends on both sides right now. We have the Trailblazers as a dog of less than 6. They're actually 7-0 straight up. They've won all of them outright. So that's good news for Blazers backers. Now on the flip side, the Spurs, they're coming off a game where they allowed 127 points to the Rockets. The Spurs are actually 17-1 ATS following a game where they allowed 114 plus points. Damn. So we got trends on both sides that kind of keep me off leaning either direction. It's, to me, I don't know. Spurs are just like a tough read, and then the Trailblazers, they fight for one half and then just let it all go in the second half. Mm-hmm. So really tough game for me. And I know that you said that you were leaning the under in the spot. I'm kind of liking the over.
No, I didn't lean the under. I don't really bet totals, bro. I was just saying that this could be the one game. If there was one to go under, it could possibly be this one. But yeah, I don't have any trends or anything like that on the under, bro. So I'm not even really leaning that way.
Well, I don't have anything in this game either. I'm just talking out loud. But the Spurs, I mean, coming off a road game where they failed to cover the spread by 15 plus points, they're actually 12-1 to the over. So they have been responding, and these games are going like way over the total. Damn. So they can't be like, their offense can't be stuck in dirt for the entire season. I mean, the offense to me just looks really bad. But I mean, it's tough. It's tough to say. I don't know. These teams are just, both of them are really bad reads for me right now. I don't have the greatest grasp on either squad, but I am going to sprinkle overtime between these two. Okay. Like I said, small slate fuckery. Shit is gonna happen.
What is that? What's that, like plus 4,000 or something?
No, plus 1,100. I wish it was plus 4,000.
Yeah, but that's probably a little high. Yeah,
we got trends on both sides. Spurs are coming home. They're gonna compete. I think it's gonna be entertaining, but it's a battle of ass. Both teams are really not that good, so I don't know. There's not really a handicap. It's just a fun sprinkle. You know,
Blazers been playing. They've been actually playing all right, though, man. Definitely a lot better than last year.
They've been playing close. They've been playing really close. That Clippers game that they won, that could have gone to overtime too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just degenerate sprinkle. That's it. But as far as the side, I can't get there with either side. I hope that the Spurs come out and win for Pop. You know, I
think they do. I think they will.
I hope
for whatever reason, I feel like they will, bro. This could be the game where the Blazers might even look like last year, because a lot of people are gonna look at it. Blazers been playing well. Spurs on the back-to-back just got blown out as well. And the last time people took the Spurs, not even yesterday, the one before that, the game versus the Clippers, they were up 40-14 and still end up losing the game by 9 points. So even if you had Spurs plus 3.5, plus 4, and you had confidence in them and it looked really good, and then they snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, whatever the people say, people probably don't want anything to do with the Spurs. And the Blazers been cashing. So I feel like the Spurs might be like one of those ugly favorites here. You know what I'm saying? They might end up getting it done, but I could only look towards them in the first quarter, first half. Like I said, I know it's not a far travel from Houston. They probably, like I said, that probably helps them coming back to the house now that they're not necessarily super worried about Pop, because at first they didn't really have a ton of info. Now back at the house, they'll probably get, all right, at least he's okay. We don't know when he's coming back, but we know that he's all right. You know what I'm saying? Some players might talk to him, they might go and see him or anything like that. So that could possibly help them out. I'd lean towards Spurs first quarter, first half. I'm with you though. Both of these teams, it's really hard to get a read on them. Wemby, we don't know if he's going to be shooting a ton of threes. Man, if you don't get your big ass down there in the paint, bro, like you're the tallest motherfucker out here on the floor. Why are you shooting step back threes? You're not to that point of your career. You know what? He might be doing that Giannis thing right now. Like when they're trying to lose on purpose. I hate for me to say this, but sometimes these teams will like, I don't know, man. These players will kind of like just, I don't know, man. I noticed before when Giannis used to take those threes or taking like attempting 3 or 4 threes a game. Those were games where the Blazers or the Bucks would always have a lot of money on them and they would always lose. And I'm just thinking to myself, bro, they're doing this shit on purpose. He knows he's not good at shooting threes. They're kind of just throwing shit up and seeing if it sticks. Wemby's been starting to do that, bro, shooting a lot of threes. He knows he can make some of them, yeah, but he's not that. You're not fucking Steph Curry, bro. Like, go to the paint. Nobody can stop you. They have to foul you, or you're getting an easy dunk or layup. Sometimes I really don't understand it, but it's just such a different game these days, man. But I would lean to a Spurs first quarter, first half in this one. Wouldn't be surprised if they covered the full game, possibly in overtime for you, YBB. But
that's degenerate though. There's no cap behind that. It's just me with bonus money and my bookie, and I'm just want someone to throw it on. That's all that is. That's just for fun. But realistically, it's a stay off for me. I don't see, an edge really either way. So
my guy said he'd take neither team to win. Somebody said in the chat, Champagny 3's been going crazy. He's been cashing that shit damn near every game, bro. It'd be interesting to see if they still putting Champagne's threes at over 1.5. He's out there. He's like a 3-and-D guy. He's out there to shoot threes. He the one should be shooting the fucking threes, man. Wemby should not be shooting these threes, but it actually like perplexes me. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're shooting step back threes at that. They're not even wide open threes. All right, I'm off of that, but we know that he can get whatever he wants in the paint. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever, man. So it's just a different day in the NBA where it's like every game is a 3-point contest. But the Blazers have been covering first quarter, first half, but in this particular game, I would lean towards Spurs first quarter, first half in this one, my guys. But I can't say whoever gets down double digits. We know that the Spurs can come back from down 20. They can also get up by 20 and still lose the game. So whoever gets up double digits, I think is a really good live bet on the other side here, YBB. But let's get out of here, man. It's only 3 games. I'm already breaking down a slate for tomorrow. These games today, I got a few little sprinkles, but nothing heavy. To be honest with you, tomorrow. I'm probably driving in the snow to the casino. I have to get there tomorrow. There's a play that there's 2 plays really on my radar tonight. I will be sending them out tonight to the members, but tomorrow there's some great spots on the card here. YBB, what do you like today, my brother?
Today, just the one play, Milwaukee Bucks team total over 119.5. One and done, man. That's it. The bonus bet, sprinkle money. I'm not putting like $100 on it or anything. Just something for fun, I'll be watching it, but no cap behind it. That's it. That's all I have for today. I'm not even betting Thursday night football. I mean, I lean the Ravens, but there's no edge for me either way. So.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, I like to bet when it's a edge, man. But yeah, I'd be looking at. I do think that Bucks get over their team total with you, and also it leans to their full game over, and then the Wolves team total over. I think is a really good look as well. And then Gobert over his rebounds. Right, my guy Joe Delaire on that. He's laddering all the way up to 19.5. I'd rather just take the 11.5 with the little juice. You see what I'm saying? Just try to get in, get out. He's laddering up to 19.5 for like plus some crazy number, man. So and then that last game I'd lean to her. I'm definitely not fucking with that game. I might make some live bets on that Spurs Blazers. Any team that gets up by 10, 15, I will take the other side, especially early in the game. I definitely take the other side and know it, man. But 3 really tough games, to be honest with you. I couldn't talk anybody off for just kind of staying off this slate. It's some really good games on Friday. I'm patiently waiting for these lines to come out. I'm at the crib all day, just kind of packing and looking at these games. But I know there's 2 spots tomorrow for sure that I'm going to be on. I don't even need to see the fucking line first. I'm on these spots. But we're getting some cash, man, today and tomorrow, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. It's all love. It's all positive vibes. Hope everybody is out there doing well. It's still early in the season. Still trying to figure out these teams, man. There's teams that look good right now that are not this good. There's teams that look bad right now that will start to get on a win streak, man. So it's all about figuring out, noticing the patterns, man, trusting your instincts. See what I'm saying? We're not having any regrets, man. It's all love. It's Us Against the Bookies. Go follow my guy on Twitter right now, on X, whatever you you want to call it, at YBB Sports Data. He puts out like some trends of the days, all that good stuff, man. My guys, the SDQL master over here. We appreciate him for coming on the show as well, man. Hopefully he can come on more often. It's all love. Let's get this cash, baby. We out. Let's go. Y'all have a good day.